Hello, and welcome back to the A to Z English podcast. I'm John.
And I'm Sarah. We're thrilled to have you with us today. If you've been following along, you know that in our last episode, we explored advanced listening strategies. We discussed how active and empathetic listening can enhance your communication skills. Today, we're going to take that a step further and talk about how mastering communication can elevate you into a leadership role.
That's right, Sarah. Communication is the bedrock of effective leadership. It's not just about giving orders or delivering speeches. It's about creating connections, inspiring action, and making people feel valued. Today, we'll explore how listening is just the beginning of a broader set of communication skills that can transform you into a leader, both in personal and professional settings. 1. The foundation of leadership. Effective communication. Let's start by talking about the importance of communication in leadership. It's often said that the best leaders are the best communicators. But what does that really mean? It's not just about being articulate or persuasive. It's about understanding the people you're leading, connecting with them on a deeper level, and making them feel heard and valued.
Exactly, John. Communication in leadership begins with listening. Before you can lead, you need to understand the people you're leading. This means actively listening to their concerns, ideas, and feedback. It's about more than just hearing words. It's about understanding the underlying emotions and motivations.
When you truly listen, you can tailor your communication to resonate with your audience. This could be your team at work, your family at home, or any group you're a part of. Listening allows you to speak in a way that connects with people, inspires them, and motivates them to take action.
And that's what leadership is all about: creating a vision, communicating it effectively, and guiding others towards it. But it all starts with listening. Without that foundation, your communication will lack the impact it needs to lead effectively.
2. Moving from active listening to influential speaking. Once you've established a foundation of listening, the next step is to use that understanding to speak in a way that influences others. This is where your ability to communicate effectively becomes crucial.
One powerful technique for influential speaking is storytelling. Stories are a universal way of communicating. They engage people on an emotional level and make your message more relatable and memorable. Whether you're giving a presentation, leading a team meeting, or having a one-on-one conversation, incorporating stories can help you connect with your audience.
Absolutely, Sarah. For example, instead of simply presenting data, you could share a story about how that data has impacted real people. This not only makes the information more engaging, but also more meaningful. People remember stories, not statistics.
Another key technique is persuasive communication. This involves presenting your ideas in a way that persuades others to see your point of view and take action. Persuasive communication isn't just about being logical, it's about appealing to emotions and values as well.
That's a great point. To be persuasive, you need to understand what motivates your audience. What do they care about? What are their fears, hopes, and dreams? Once you know this, you can craft your message to resonate with those emotions, making it more likely that they'll be persuaded.
And don't forget the importance of clarity. No matter how compelling your message is, if it's not clear, it won't have the impact you want. Always strive to be clear and concise in your communication, ensuring that your message is easy to understand and hard to misinterpret.
3. Building trust. Through transparent communication. Trust is the foundation of any successful leadership. Without trust, your words and actions will have little impact. Building trust through communication involves being transparent, honest, and consistent.
That's right, John. Transparency means being open and honest with your team or audience. It involves sharing not just the good news, but also the challenges and setbacks. When you're transparent, people know they can rely on you to tell them the truth, even when it's difficult.
A good leader doesn't just communicate when things are going well. They also communicate during tough times. Being transparent during challenging situations builds credibility and trust. It shows that you're not afraid to be vulnerable and that you value honesty over making things look better than they are.
An effective way to build trust is through open dialogue. This means encouraging feedback, questions, and open discussions. When people feel like they can speak up and be heard, they're more likely to trust you as a leader.
And remember, trust is built over time. It's not something that happens overnight. By consistently communicating with honesty, transparency, and respect, you'll build a foundation of trust that will strengthen your leadership.
4. Handling difficult conversations with poise. As a leader, you'll inevitably face difficult conversations. Whether it's providing constructive feedback, resolving conflicts, or delivering bad news. These conversations require a high level of skill and emotional intelligence.
One of the most important skills in handling difficult conversations is empathy. Empathy means putting yourself in the other person's shoes and understanding their feelings and perspective. When you approach a difficult conversation with empathy, you're more likely to find a resolution that works for both parties.
Another key skill is diplomacy. This involves being tactful and sensitive in your communication, especially in situations where emotions are running high. Diplomacy doesn't mean avoiding the issue. It means addressing it in a way that's respectful and considerate of the other person's feelings.
A useful technique for maintaining diplomacy is using I statements. Instead of saying, "You did this wrong," you can say, "I feel concerned about how this situation was handled." This shifts the focus away from blaming and towards finding a solution.
Another technique is active listening during difficult conversations. Make sure you're really listening to what the other person is saying, not just preparing your response. This shows respect and can help de-escalate the situation.
Finally, practice staying calm and composed. It's easy to let emotions take over during difficult conversations, but staying calm will help you think more clearly and communicate more effectively. If you feel yourself getting upset, take a deep breath and pause before responding.
5. The role of nonverbal communication in leadership communication is not just about what you say, it's also about how you say it. Nonverbal communication, including body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, plays a crucial role in how your message is received.
That's so true, Sarah. Body language is a powerful tool in communication. Your posture, gestures, and eye contact can convey confidence, openness, and sincerity, or the opposite. As a leader, being aware of your body language and making sure it aligns with your words is essential.
For example, if you're giving a presentation and you're slouched over with your arms crossed, your body language is saying that you're not confident or engaged, even if your words are strong. On the other hand, standing tall with open gestures and making eye contact can reinforce your message and make you appear more credible.
Tone of voice is another important aspect of nonverbal communication. Your tone can convey enthusiasm, urgency, empathy, or frustration, regardless of the words you're using. Being mindful of your tone ensures that your message is received as you intend.
And let's not forget facial expressions. A simple smile or nod can go a long way in making someone feel appreciated and understood. Conversely, a frown or a look of impatience can make someone feel dismissed or undervalued.
Nonverbal communication also involves listening with your eyes. Pay attention to the other person's body language and facial expressions. This can give you clues about how they're feeling and help you respond more effectively.
In leadership, being authentic in your nonverbal communication is crucial. People can sense when you're being genuine and when you're not. When your words and nonverbal cues align, you build trust and credibility as a leader.
6. Leading in the digital age, virtual communication. In today's digital world, much of our communication happens online, whether through emails, video calls, or social media. Leading in this environment requires a different set of skills.
One of the biggest challenges in digital communication is dealing with distractions. It's easy to get distracted by notifications, background noise, or multitasking during a video call. To communicate effectively, try to minimize these distractions and focus fully on the conversation at hand.
Another important aspect is understanding tone and context in written communication. Without the nonverbal cues we rely on in face-to-face interactions, it can be harder to interpret tone and intent in emails, texts, or social media posts. Pay close attention to word choice and punctuation, and don't hesitate to ask for clarification if something isn't clear.
Adapting your communication style is also key. Not everyone is comfortable communicating online, so be patient and flexible. Whether you're leading a remote team or connecting with someone on social media, adjust your approach to fit the medium and the audience.
Virtual presence is another crucial element. Just because you're not physically present doesn't mean you can't make an impact. In video calls, for example, be sure to maintain eye contact by looking into the camera. Use gestures naturally and keep your voice engaging.
And remember, digital etiquette matters. Simple things like being punctual, muting your microphone when not speaking, and respecting others' time and space can go a long way in establishing your credibility and authority as a leader.
Finally, emotional intelligence is just as important in the digital space as it is in person. Being able to read the mood of a virtual room, empathize with someone's situation, and respond appropriately are all key skills for leading effectively online.
7. Continuous improvement. Becoming a lifelong communicator. Leadership is a journey, not a destination. The most effective leaders are those who continually seek to improve their communication skills. This means being open to feedback, willing to learn, and always looking for ways to grow.
One way to improve is by seeking constructive feedback. Ask your team, peers, or even your family for honest feedback on your communication style. What are you doing well? What could you improve? Use this feedback as a tool for growth.
Practicing active learning is another important aspect. This could involve reading books or articles on communication and leadership, attending workshops or webinars, or simply observing and learning from great communicators around you.
Staying adaptable is also crucial. The world is constantly changing, and so are the ways we communicate. Being open to new ideas, tools, and techniques will help you stay effective as a communicator and leader.
And don't forget about the power of reflection. Take time to reflect on your communication experiences. What went well? What didn't? How can you do better next time? Reflection helps you learn from your experiences and continuously improve.
Finally, remember that leadership through communication is about more than just words. It's about building relationships, inspiring action, and making a positive impact on the people around you. By continuously working on your communication skills, you can become a more effective and inspiring leader.
Conclusion. That brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope you've gained some valuable insights into how effective communication can transform you into a leader. Remember, it all starts with listening, but it doesn't stop there. By mastering the art of communication, you can build trust, influence others, and lead with confidence.
Thanks for joining us on the A to Z English podcast. Whether you're looking to improve your communication skills at work, at home, or in any area of your life, we hope today's discussion has given you the tools and inspiration to do so.
Keep practicing these skills, and you'll see the impact they can have in every aspect of your life. Until next time, keep leading with your words, and take care.